And in business news, Lasako Assurance PLC recorded a modest revenue base in its business in 2023, despite the harsh economic condition. This was revealed at its AGM, which held in Lagos. Effiong Gekop reports.
Shareholders of Lasako Assurance PLC have held 44th Annual General Meeting in Lagos.
The Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 provides that all the members of the audit committee.
The members carefully considered the performance of Lasako in the financial year which ended December 2023. In the period under review, the insurance company improved its revenue base by 36%, moving earnings from 13.47 billion naira to 18.29 billion naira. Profits before tax also ticked upward by 6%.
The company is endowed with very good resources in terms of human resources, from the management to the directors. These are people who have experience here and there and are very talented, very strategic, and all this they've deployed to help the company to navigate through this tough period and overcome, and posted even profits that were bigger than years before.
The company's management says its subsidiaries have grown and will soon add to revenue streams, urging shareholders curious on dividends to exercise patience.
Look at the theme of this event. It is actually focusing on customer. I think our main strategy is to elevate our customer and make them a vocal point, as we have also always made them a vocal point in the growth of our business. There's nothing we could do, there's nothing we can achieve without having the support, the confidence of our customer in dealing with us. So, customer satisfaction. I think the next one is to actually look at improving our digital participation in terms of providing a platform that can enable us to service and provide excellent service through digital platform.
Lasako Assurance PLC, being in business for over 40 years, trades its shares at the stock markets. Effiong Gekop, TVC News, Lagos.
While the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria will engage financial and corporate treasury professionals in Nigeria and the United Kingdom on sustainable monetary policies and financial strategies adopted to address rising inflation and interest rate volatility. So many more will form discussions at the Treasury 360 Conference 2024. Details in this report.
The Association of Corporate Treasurers of Nigeria has continued to analyze policies that will impact the business environment positively. The ACTN is active in modern-day corporate treasury, which, according to experts, remains the heart of firms in terms of financial resilience and organizational success. At the press conference in Lagos, President and Chairman, Council of Association, Mr. Yinka Ogunubi, noted that the theme for this year was chosen based on feedback from members who identified foreign exchange as a primary concern.
A lot of all these challenges, we know them. You know, the volatility experience in the FX environment is a little less than it used to be. Now we're dealing with interest rate volatility. So all these things are having impact on the bottom line. So corporates are experiencing a lot of FX losses, higher cost of borrowing, higher cost of financing, and this is impacting the bottom line and eroding equity in the corporates. So what ACTN is able to do is aggregate all this interest and advocate for our members with the government, with the regulators and co.
Other speakers acknowledged the efforts of the Central Bank of Nigeria aimed at managing these challenges, but stressed that companies continue to face significant headwinds.
But beyond just advocating, we also try to upskill our members by organizing conferences, trainings, conventions, and things like that. And then we bring experts who talk to our members on how they can, deal with some of all these issues. So that's essentially what we do.
The conference will focus on the theme, policy implications and building sustainable treasury strategies, Nigerian perspective on tackling inflation and interest rate uncertainty.
Now, the president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Grebeli Dausa, is urging government at all levels to make credit available to businesses to support their activities and enhance proactive activities. Now, the LCCI president said this in Lagos Chamber of Commerce's Industrial Export and Financial Groups Symposium, which focused on industries as the catalyst for growth and economic development. He said frequent policy changes, regulatory uncertainties, among others, have created an unstable business environment for manufacturers. He wants government to prioritize creating stable and predictable policies that will attract domestic and foreign investments.
One is power. That's a perennial major issue. The next one is logistics, the road network, the rail network that we need to carry raw materials and finished goods across the country. The other major obstacle would be access to foreign exchange, since we still import a lot of the raw materials that we use in our manufacturing and industrial activities. So these are really the three major ones. There are other smaller matters that can be dealt with if we can get power fixed. There's regular power. This is our infrastructure, our road and rail networks are working well.
The federal government of Nigeria partners with BOI in the 200 billion support for industrial fund, 75 billion each for manufacturing sector and small and medium enterprises, as well as 50 billion presidential conditional cash grant to support nano businesses across the country. And in addition to that, we came up with the idea of a rural area program for industrial development, a small program targeting all the local governments, at least 10% per local government in across the entire federation to support small businesses, a maximum of 10 million naira at a 5% interest rate, all inclusive.
All right, wrapping up business news, the stock market has kept its bullish trend on the floor of the NGX exchange following sustained gains. The market moved up 0.26%, stressing the biggest move in the market. Now, the biggest price gainers were CAP, Livestock Feeds, May & Baker, and Royal Exchange. And for the low traders today, we have Dar Communications, MC Nichols, FTN Cocoa, Fidelity Bank, and Charms.